Hello, happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you're doing well and you had a wonderful day today. I particularly enjoyed that the weather was not over 100 degrees. I had a lovely day filled with lots of pastoral care visits, administrative work, and planning for worship. And the way that I ended my day was youth group. Our high schoolers played this game this evening with Ellie and I, and it's called 4 on a Couch. That's the name of the game, 4 on a Couch. And the whole point is to get 4 of your teammates, 4 of the people on the same team, on a couch. And it's a memory game, but I noticed something. This was the longest game of 4 on a Couch that anyone had ever played, because the game has the ability for you to get stuck in a rut. So if there is one particular player that knows what name to call to get you off the couch, you keep basically going back and forth and switching, and you just get stuck. And it made me think, this is an appropriate devotion. I don't know how many of you have ever gotten stuck in a rut, whether you're stuck in a game, maybe you're stuck in a video game, in a board game, maybe you are stuck feeling like you're in a rut in your life. I know I have also been there. Whatever way, it happens. And the Israelites, which we have talked about a lot this summer, they had this problem of getting stuck in a rut. They would go back into the old habits that they had kind of repented of and fled from, and they would get in this rut where they weren't following God. They were doing a lot of things that were incredibly damaging to themselves and to other people, and they weren't being fulfilled. I can always tell when I am walking in the will of God by how fulfilled I am. We all know how it is to just feel good, to just feel like God's love is just washing all over you, and you're excited about the things that you're doing, and you feel like you're making a difference in the world. That's the greatest feeling. And it doesn't matter if it's volunteer work or paid work, feeling fulfilled is incredible. So in the book of Isaiah, in Isaiah chapter 43, God says, basically, don't stay in that rut. Isaiah 43 is, do not keep going back to your past. Leave it behind. Be present. Stay present in what's happening now. And then the scripture goes on to say, behold, I am doing a new thing. So here's the thing that I want to say to all of us who understand being in ruts, whether we are in a rut, maybe in our spiritual life, maybe we are going through a rut in marriage, maybe we are feeling like we're in a rut at work, or we are at youth group and we're in a rut in the middle of the game. We can't seem to just break through. I would encourage you and all of us to change some things up a bit. If you're feeling like you're in a rut with your spiritual life, maybe incorporate some new spiritual disciplines into your day-to-day that you haven't been doing as of late. If you are reading the scriptures, that's great, but maybe you could incorporate some music, or you could do some breath prayer. If you are feeling like you are in a rut in a relationship, it's always a great idea to carve out some intentional time with your person, your friend, your spouse, and to discover something new together. Maybe you could do something that you haven't done together in a really long time or ever. I was thinking about how Russ and I have never been axe throwing, and there is an axe throwing place in Montana, in Billings. Now, I don't know if we're ever gonna go axe throwing, but I do know when I feel like we're in a rut, sometimes it's fun to just mix things up a little bit and change where we don't feel like we're just going through the motions. Now, I think all of us are human, and so we tend to get in habits. I was chatting with somebody today as we were visiting about how we just get in the habit of doing things that are good, and we get in the habit of doing things that are bad. So habits are just what happen. They're inevitable. Habits are inevitable. So we have the decision to choose if we want to form good habits or bad, unhealthy ones. And I think a lot of times when we get in a rut, we kind of just succumb to the habits that we have. And we aren't feeling fulfilled, we aren't feeling challenged, we aren't feeling stimulated. And so what if we built new habits? Because that was kind of the conversation I had with someone today. The importance of stepping out of your comfort zone and building new habits, of kind of pushing yourself to do the things that you're not naturally going to do. And after a while, those things become habits. So know that if you are struggling right now, and if you're feeling like you're in a rut, you're stuck, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. There are so many people in scripture that felt like they were stuck, and they just were like, are we ever gonna learn? And I think the short answer is we will not fully arrive and understand all things and master all things on this side of heaven. I think we have to wait until we meet Jesus for that. But I do think that there is hope for us to get out of the ruts that we're in. The final thing I want to say is, if you are in an emotional rut, if you feel like the scriptures say, you are dwelling on the past, you are stuck in the past, maybe of something you did or something that was done to you that somebody else did, I would challenge you to be gracious with your feelings, to remember that your feelings are valid, and to work on forgiving yourself or forgiving the other person. Truly, by moving on, not only do you get out of a rut emotionally, but you're able to walk into freedom. So I hope that you are all doing well. For me, I was kind of in a rut physically, and just, kind of doing the same old thing, walking the dogs, the treadmill. So I did some hiking with friends this past weekend. So on Saturday, obviously, we hiked all around Yellowstone, and then on Monday we went and hiked Sioux Charlie. And you know what? I kind of felt like it got me out of my rut on a physical level. So my prayer is that you would incorporate some new things into your routine, into your spiritual life. And if you are feeling stuck in the past, know that there is so much freedom and healing and liberation and restoration in Jesus Christ. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.